Order submitted. Order filled. Order submit. Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, good morning. Hope everybody's locked and loaded this morning, ready to roll.
Order submitted.
Let's go. Make sure we're all live and rocking here. Got a couple strategies jumped out of the gate. Looks for
Order submitted.
got the CLs and the GCs. Looks like they're top of the leaderboard so far this morning. Just getting started. It's Monday,
Order filled.
March 18th. It's about 9:30 in the morning. Just getting dialed in here this morning. Have a couple of strategies working in the positive direction here, and a couple still trying to get on the board. Looks like the NQ. Let's kind of look at the market a little bit and kind of get an overview. Holy Earth, good morning. Can you hear me? Everything looking good on your end there? All right, good, Rory. Looks like we're up and rolling, huh? Thank you for checking in. Appreciate that.
Order filled.
Rory, can you hear me and see me okay? All right, Suzanne, welcome to the RLT community. Thanks for joining us over the weekend. Hoping to showcase something good for you today, and kind of look behind the curtain here of what we do on the live, and try to be as transparent as we can with the software, and see if we can work together to make a winner today. So hey, Rue, good morning. Welcome back. Rue's our Forex trader. He'll keep us up to speed in Forex this morning. But no, we're just getting settled in. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate it. Just getting settled in after a long weekend, beautiful weekend here in South Florida for sure, and really around the rest of the country for the way it sounds. So really love this time of year. Just really, really beautiful. All the flowers coming out, and
Order filled.
looks really, really nice. Weather's getting nice too. All right, so let's do some trading this morning. I've got a couple Apex accounts that I wanted to put to work, but kind of wanted to do it with everybody here, so you guys can join in on the journey. Let's see kind of what's been doing well. We put out the weekly results in Discord, and if I kind of go back to that, sort of as my reference of performance, we can kind of take a look. All right, Ken. Good morning, Ken. If you're going to join us, if you haven't yet, looking forward to you jumping in the ring here. Ken joined us lifetime membership a couple weeks ago. But anyway, we dropped in our average results of the team. So looks like coming out of the gate last week, these were the top 5 strategies for the week. So I've kind of got my eye on these 5 as potentials to put in my Apex account. I just want to kind of connect with them this morning and see if they're doing good already this morning. If so, they're a prime candidate. I'm just going to do a quick screenshot of these, and then I'll have it over in my other monitor so I can take a look and kind of do an analysis. That's kind of what I do every time I try to pass another account or try to put several of them on a trade copiers. I try to do as much data analysis as we can. We never know for sure what one will win or which one won't. So it's trading, and but we can just kind of go look at the data and see if the data can help us try to predict where to go with the next account. So I've got the little screenshot of the last week's performance, so I can now do a little bit of analysis here with it with you guys, and just I'll just kind of read them off over here.
Order submitted.
The top one last week was the YM 10 range signal B. So the YM just woke up too, so it's not on the board in the positive direction yet. We have these CLs and GCs. There is a YM right there.
Order submitted.
Okay, so we've got one who jumped out here. So it looks like the bot for the signal A jumped out with a winner. Not a winner, actually, hasn't had a winner yet. It's still in this trade right here. So that one could be a potential candidate. Next one would be the NQ30 range signal B. That drone crushed it last week. Dan Tomaselli put his results in. He had like I can't remember, like a $3,000 week with that strategy. So, what we notice and a lot of people ask, through Discord and so forth, is that, hey, how come our results that we put out there, don't match mine, that I got on my computer? And, once we sort of peel back the onion and look at the trades, each trade will get taken at a different tick value. So a lot of times they're exactly the same. So it'll be identical, but if you're 1 or 2 ticks off on an NQ trade, it's not likely, but it definitely happens a lot, is maybe you'll get stopped out and the other person will win that trade. Well, then the numbers are all upside down because they won, in this case, on this drone, it's $1,000 trade or a $250 loss. So you're looking at a $1,250 difference between those two just on one trade. And then what happens is, if that happens, now you guys are off as far as the next signal goes for entry. The one who probably stayed in the trade will go on for a while and miss several entry signals, where the other strategy will take the exact next entry signal. So now they're not in sync too. So that adds to the complexity and then the output differences. So we do an average, and that's what we share back with the community. But here on this machine, I share exactly what this machine is. So you'll get to see data from this one machine right here, which I call this one my R&D machine. So every time Sergio or myself or a contractor does an upgrade on the software, we usually started out on this machine here as our R&D platform, because I live trade it, and really we need to make sure we test these strategies with live trades and live money. So this one I tend to use for the R&D, and then I've got another PC above here with the exact same software on it, and I call that the client PC because I share the every time we do an update with the software, it goes on that machine as well. So, and then I've got a VPS that we can click into and see how the results are here with our VPS. So we've got 3 different platforms that I could kind of point to and show you the results. But let's kind of dig into the market. This is a really good market. Looking at the NQ over here, we're going straight up this morning. Let's get an overview of that market. That's my favorite one to trade by far. So let's just let's bring open that drone that's been hot, super hot. It's got a couple of losses already this morning. So let's kind of peel back the onion. Look at this market on the NQ. Wow. Whoo-wee. Yeah, baby, let's go for a ride. Look at that. 18,078. 18,178. So there's 100 points. 18,278, so there's 200 points. We're heading north of 250 points already up on the NQ this morning. So there's a couple of things that I look at right now. Is why would I ever take a short trade? Like, that would be not a great idea to me right now with that 50 going straight up. So when we put this strategy in play, we're going to go ahead and just lock out short trades for now. So I think that's just looking at the market, it just kind of seems like a smarter move. Now, the robots know better than I do, but we can try to do whatever we can to keep them under control. So we'll go ahead and add another strategy and go ahead and put it on that on this one, even though it's down. This thing is a high flyer. One trade. This is a 4-to-1 risk to reward. So if it could get a winner, the winner would be $1,000 and it'd be up $550. But right now it's down. It's looks like it's lost 1 or 2 trades here in a row. But I still like that strategy, especially, you know, with a trending market. It's really really driven as a trending signal strategy. So let's put that one to work and kind of just give you a little bit of heads up on how to get one to work here for you. Is you can just right click inside this this control center here, and there's a couple of different ways to do it on your machine. Let me show you on your machine how you would do it. That way you guys can see exactly the easiest way to do it. The way I do it will be a little bit different because I need to keep data integrity for all these strategies. I don't move stops or targets and don't change the strategy. Try to keep it enabled all week long. So I keep this check mark enabled all week long. And you'll start to see tomorrow, maybe Rory will do the live, but if not, you'll see my results from today. It keeps all the results here throughout the day. And then as long as I keep my check mark here enabled, it'll keep them all week. So it'll subtract and add all week long, which is really, you know, a great place to look for the best strategies, you know, for the week. So today, you know, obviously the best one out of the gate is this one. It's super early, but this is the best one, and then like that's the second best, and then it's the third best, you know, for the week. And what you'll see here is, you know, it'll shake out, you know, after the day, you know, there'll be 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever in the positive up here, and so kind of start to whittle it down. But for you, so the easiest way, you know, this is the way I would do it. If I was a client on the client side, I would just, so this is my best strategy right here. Now there's a couple of things going on right now that I wouldn't do. You know, it's in a trade right now. So that wouldn't, you know, be ideal to just, you know, uncheck it because the trade will still be active. But I do, let's just say, you know what, I'm really excited. I'm ready to just put this one to work. I wanna put it on this strategy right here. The CL 15 range signal A. Let's go ahead and click this out, make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so it looks like a couple of bots are kind of leading the way this morning, but if I want to put this one to work on an Apex account, the way I would do it, because it is in a trade right now, I'm going to go ahead and go right over here to the positions. Yeah, you can see that. Just checking out the video there to make sure you can see that. You can see when I go to positions which trades I have open right now. And I just want to go back to make sure I, you know, close the right one. This is the 15 range signal A, AI bot. So I'm going to go back to positions, find that strategy. Right there, signal A, AI bot. And I just right click on this. Let me go over here. I just, first, you know, you left click to kind of select it. It moved on me. But now you just right click in that little gray area and you hit close position. So now it closed that position and it disabled the strategy for me. So now I can right click on this, and here I can go to edit strategy, and again I want to run it, you know, just like it was, but in this case I want to put it to work on an Apex account. I don't really want it to go to the, you know, to store to the database anymore here in this strategy. I want to, you know, put it to work on one of my Apex accounts here. So we'll just put that one to work, and then you hit OK. So that's the process to put one to work on a prop or a live account. So I've got, right now I've got the connection enabled for the NinjaTrader Rhythmic brokerage. But if I want to trade my live account, I just switch my data feed to Continuum. And then I've got the NinjaTrader brokerage account in Continuum. But you get one data feed. So today we'll do Apex counts or prop accounts, and to do that one, I have it on the Rhythmic here. So that's how we put one to work on this particular account. I've got a couple more already set up from last week that I was running. Have this pretty new strategy here. It's an ES30 range that I was testing last week and really came out of the gate flying when I developed it. So I really wanted to try to run it, make sure that it's going to be a good one for us, and then we'll release it in a week or so if it's still performing like it has been. So let's get the exciting one up and running. This is this one, my favorite. This one right here will fly. Has potential, like I said, on Dan's machine last week. I think he put it in Discord. It rolled up a nice number. Let's look at what he had. Yeah, he had 4,484. You know, and we reported 1384. We had a few machines we were looking at, and that was the average. So yeah, we wanna try to get this one to work. But again, I said I don't really want it to take short trades, and just kind of give you guys a heads up of what that means is these red crosses here. Yeah, it would have taken those trades as triggers. So I wanna try to steer clear of those with the 50, you know, moving so strong in the bullish direction. I kind of wanna settle here and just try to take long trades. So you know, it would take that trade right there, that green one, this green one here. Anywhere you would see a green cross would be an entry. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, you know, if it would have took this red one right here, it looks like it's a decent trade. We have it entering on the next bar, so I can measure. The really cool thing about an auto trader is you can really measure your success or your performance really easy.
Order submitted.
So this cross right here, we would have taken an entry right at we call it at the close of that candle. As soon as that candle closes, so now you can kind of just measure down wherever the farthest price went, and we're looking at 61 ticks right now. So, you know, plus or minus, looks like maybe 65 ticks or so. So now if I put build an ATM, trade management, I would say, okay, if I'm going to take short trades, I might want to only set my profit target at 65 because that's the farthest move I've seen so far. That's kind of how we, you know, can sort of set those up. This is a great trade right now. I would love this trade manually. Now, I could be totally wrong, but coming off that 50, you would think she would be flying north here, but maybe we're getting right at the 10 o'clock too. Let's see here.
Order submitted.
Seeing something kind of strange here. I need to figure this out. It looks like the time. Oh, I have it rolled over. Okay. Wow, that stumped me for a second. I was looking down here at the time, and it looked like it was showing me like, you know, 9:50, almost 10 o'clock, and I knew that it wasn't. So I had it rolled over a little bit. You can move these around at the bottom. Down here, actually, you can't see it because it's. Let me go ahead and transition in so you can see the full screen here. I was kind of hung up. I was looking at the chart a second ago, and I had it rolled over. You know, where the candles were over to the left here, and it was showing me the time of like 10 something, and I looked at my other clock and it was only 9:50. So I realized I just got to roll it back over. It's really flexible. Ninja Trader here does a really nice job making everything user friendly for us here.
Order filled.
All right, Rue made a little cash this morning already. 2,700 on the GC. Way to go. Holy moly. Rue, is that a GC and a Forex, or is this GC futures?
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
Suzanne, are you up and running? Everything running on your machine for you okay? Get you downloaded there over the weekend? Wow, look at this short. I would have never bought that onto this one. That would have been a big mistake on my part. So let's get these green crosses set up. Yeah, they're on the signal A right now. If we're going to do signal B, we're going to go ahead and switch this right here to show up the signal B crosses, not the signal A. Again, we have two different triggers here behind the scenes. We've got a trigger that engages on the momentum, and then this one engages once momentum is totally pegged. So this one right here, this green cross, now is for signal B entry, but we wouldn't have taken that trade right there into that pivot. So there's a lot of little things there that are kind of holding us back from taking trades here and there. We entered this trade right here, had these green crosses coming into the chart, had enough room between this pivot and that entry to take that trade. Looks like we got our $50 out of that trade, unfortunately. So we entered right here and we made a little bit of money, but if we could have been patient and I didn't have that breaking even going to 11, we would have stayed right in that trade and probably rode her right up. Let's see if we would have had enough movement to make our 200 ticks. So we entered here. Oops. Oh well. And we could have ran it up to here if we didn't go to break even. So yeah, we had our 234 ticks there. So we had $1,000 trade, but I gave up on it a little early by moving the break even up to 11 ticks here. Looks like if we would have just went to break even, we would have snuck underneath that price movement. But a lot of times there, you see that little tail on that candle, that wick.
Order filled.
If you're holding the contract sitting right down there at the end of that wick, chances are you get swooped up with that purchase of the contract. So it's always hard to tell if you would have done something different. All right, cool. Okay, good. Susan, get you set up hopefully later today and up and rolling. Hopefully get in Charles's calendar if you haven't already, and enjoy the journey here of the auto trader. We've been doing pretty good. It's been a really fun piece of software to work on. The retirement plan looks like she jumped in. This is a good one to trade. I like putting this one on my live account. I was running it a lot last week on my brokerage account and did pretty good. Had a couple of good mornings. Trick to some of these is turning them off when they're up. I know that's hard to do because you always think there's more, but if you can have some discipline and turn them off when they're up, you're gonna do really good. But we have them timed and we try to optimize them for the time, but what I notice a lot is they'll jump out, make a couple of good trades, and then maybe let it drift away here and there. So, there's something to capital preservation also. It's got a decent trade going here. Looks like this one went ahead and took that short trade. So yeah, we don't move any stops or targets when we call these in sim. These are in simulation, but what you'll find out as soon as I start trading the Apex and we look at sim and Apex, they're identical. Like I said, we'll get 1 or 2 ticks of difference in price sometimes, but for the most part, They line up identical, and I'll show you some in a few minutes. Happens every session. Once in a while, what we notice is one machine will get the trade and the other one won't. So that does happen where sometimes, like, my retirement plan on this machine will take this trade, and then maybe this machine won't. What I notice is maybe out of 15 or so trades in a day, one machine will have 14 trades and one will have 15 or something like that. So a lot of times they're like 15 and 15. This looks like a nice juicy trade right here. Wow. And I was going to go all long today. That's how bad a trader I am. Just so everybody knows, I'm not a good trader. It's not my thing. But I tell you, this robot is definitely a lot better than I'll ever be. And we just keep using the data and try to use these risk to reward ratios on our side. This trade, we got a $900 trade, and we're risking $230. So we're risking $230. Now we do that fancy break even plus 11. So we sit down here at 46 ticks of loss until price breaks 80 ticks. Once price breaks on the NQ, you guys know it better than I do, it's $5 a tick. So when we break 80 ticks, 8 times 5, it's $400. Let me make sure. 80 times 5. Yeah, once we hit $400, we move to 11. So $55, but the reason I do 11 is because I want to make $50, and I got to give $4.12 to the house to trade, so I don't quite get there. So we bump it up to 11 ticks to keep $50 in this trade, even if it does come back. For our members, though, we take ideas. If you guys have some clever ideas of how to improve the software, drop that in Discord, and we take a look at that and use that every week to decide where we're going to invest our time and resources into the development of the software. So one thing that I've thought about and we've talked about doing is when we're in this trade, if we start to see the signal active to trigger the other way, like to close the trade. So there's some things that we're thinking about doing, but I haven't seen it to where it's actually like super profitable, so I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. But if you have any good ideas like that, drop them in Discord, and we'll definitely we take a look at them, and that's how we decide what to work on next.
Order
Boom!
submitted.
Looks like this $900 trade just hammered home. Beauty. Awesome. So Dan from Discord was talking about the retirement plan last week, and hopefully he jumped on it this morning. Looked like a really nice trade right there. That thing's sitting at 670 this morning. Oh wow, got another big one. So this drone's really similar to the retirement plan. The difference is I've got it on a 200 tick target, so it's $1,000 winner and a $250 loser, and it just trades all day. Like, what I mean by that is when it wakes up and then it goes to bed, we don't have it at this point stopping on its profit or loss targets. We just have it working all I call it all shift long. It's got its shift. Its shift opens at 8:30 in the morning, and it closes at it hits the time clock at I think 1 o'clock. And so when it's up and awake, it trades and then goes to bed. So it can swing pretty wild. That's you saw a $4,000 winner last week, but it can swing in the other direction just as quick too. So this one's a little bit looser than like the retirement plan we have on. We have those controls in place that protect it, so it'll lose $1,000 a day and go to sleep, or make $2,000 and go to sleep. So those are sort of the bigger differences between the drone and maybe we call them the named strategies. But if we look at a macro view of results, this is the one I put my money on. These drones. That's if you have the risk palette and risk to reward, these things make big money, but you have to stomach it. All right, we got a lot of winners already this morning. Really great morning. Looks like we had have one of our accounts here that's in a trade, one of the Apex accounts. Let's try to get a peek in on this one. The numbers are moving so fast. It's 374.
Order submitted.
Let's go see which one that is even. Okay, okay, so good. This is the one that was doing the best this morning. And we said, hey, why don't we go ahead and just try to put it on the best one this morning and see what happens. And looks like it's doing okay. It's in this this trade. It's on the CL. It's not one of my favorite instruments to trade because it's pretty slow. So you have to be really patient for in my opinion, to trade like the CL or the GC. It's really a patience game there. If you're an active trader, if you're that's why you're buying the AutoTrader, is to really just set it up and forget it. The CL is awesome. It's one of the better instruments to trade, along with the YM. Again, we just saw the results from last week, and we could look at our longer term results, and you'll see the YM is up there. So that's those are good instruments to trade behind the scenes. The GC as well. Tend to do pretty good behind the scenes. So we can go, okay, so we went upside down on that one now. It's like every trade, it's up and down, but keep our eye on that one. And I want to get into one that's quite a bit more active. So let's go for the retirement plan. Let's chase the winner again. So we'll get this one rolling. We'll get one rolling on. So I showed you the last, sort of the easiest way to set up an auto strategy on your live account or prop account. I'm going to go through the way that I, the way that I do it, so that you can sort of get a feel for what it looks like, to sort of build a new strategy. Hey Ken, good morning. Good. We're getting locked in and try to get some strategies running here this morning. And thanks for being active in Discord. Appreciate you. We'll get one going here. So again, this is my R&D machine. So really, the data integrity is really important for me. So I don't do the sort of the shortcut that you would do on your machine. I'll do them different here on this end. So I do a new strategy. I go and pick this. This is sort of our toolbox. These are all of our indicators and stuff behind the scenes, but I believe you'll just get this this one here that says AutoTrader P. I go to template and load, and again, I like the retirement plan, so I'm going to go find that in my strategy templates. I'll get that guy to work. So this is where I say this is the shift. This is the robot shift that it works. It works in this case. The retirement plan works from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So we've got all these parameters all set up for me, so I don't have to do anything right now other than one thing we've noticed. We got to keep up with this instrument. This thing keeps flipping back to basically I think the last one that you set up. So we want to make sure and pick that the NQ, and then here we can just grab one of the accounts and put it to work. Now just enable this guy. So the next entry on the retirement plan, I should go ahead and trigger this one right here, and we should both jump in the ring about the exact same entry, and we'll be able to look at that in a few seconds, hopefully a few minutes. As long as we can get a signal here, let's get this one set up to have the crosses show up exactly when they should on this particular strategy. So I kind of know some of these things, and that's your charts we should get them set up this way as well. So this one is signal A entry. And what I do here to get the cross is to fire exactly like the strategy. I have to just set this template up here for this indicator exactly like the strategy template is set up. So if I would open the retirement plan and kind of look at the strategy and see where the check marks are and whatever the colors say here or whatever, I should go ahead and get the crosses at the exact same point. So I believe this is the settings that I have for the retirement plan. I just want to make sure, go here, grab this signal B and disable it, because I don't want the signal B crosses. So these are now set up for the signal A.
Order filled. Order
Okay,
submitted.
so we just jumped in on this trade. I was hoping we would. That thing was running
Order filled.
fast to the upside.
Order
So the
submitted.
retirement plan, the SIM account, jumped in at, what do we got here? 18,328.25. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and create another chart here. I'll right click right here and I'll duplicate it in a new window. So now I've got, now I've got two of them identical set up here. And I'll just go ahead and try to bring these, sort of half screens here, and we'll kind of look at this this trade on both of the accounts. The one will be hopefully the Apex account jumped in. Yeah, it did. So the Apex account jumped into, and we'll be able to see which one it jumped in on. Oops, not there, right here. So I'll go find that one. I think it was 73. Yeah. So here, this one here is my prop account, and the prop account took the trade at 18,328.25. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. And the retirement SIM account took the trade at 18,328.25, identical entries. So, that kind of just shows that everybody asks, and I would ask the same question. Hey, do these SIM results, are they accurate? Do they make sense? Are they real? The questions go on, like, transparency and integrity. And this is all I can tell you is yes. In this case, it took the exact same trade. And we'll see, like I always say to everybody, we'll see a couple of ticks difference, though. And this one is identical, but, I don't know what percent, not half, but some percentage. This will be like a 0.5, and this will be a 0.25, or I've seen up to 4 or 5 ticks difference even.
Order submitted.
So I guess, and I don't know how to explain it, I'm not that well versed, but I've heard that there's only a certain number of contracts available, and the broker decides who gets what, and that's how it shook out, but I have no idea. I just know that I can only show, here and there in my live accounts, sim trades and then live trades. So it looks like we're in the exact same setup here, hoping to go long. We got this pivot here to get through, so let's just get a little more macro view what this might look like. Okay, so we're sitting up there, got it. Okay, boom, just move to good, move to 11 on both of them. So these are just automated strategies doing their thing. I have no interaction with it. I act like I'm doing something, but I'm not. I'm not doing anything. And we're sealed in at $50 right now. We'll let this one play out and hope we'll break that pivot, but who knows? We came back sharply earlier, so we'll see. Again, we can kind of just look at the entries to, that's really nice to see it with that gray background. Yeah, yeah, Rue, these drones work on, I guess we call it Unirenko. I'm not sure if Renko is the same as Unirenko, so, but if you're interested, give Rory a call. Those guys, I just bought this company a year and a half ago, so I'm not super well versed in some of the futures and activity here. I used to trade and still do the high flying stocks of the day, the top gainers, and try to catch the high flyers, really on momentum. So this is really in my wheelhouse. But I worked for a corporate job, and I was like a electrical engineer and programmer for machines and robots for years. And so I bought this company, but I just don't know a lot about futures and this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm obviously learning a lot now, but Rory has been doing it for like 10 years for us, and he would be able to definitely help you more than I could on that one. Hey Ken, how's yours doing this morning? You got anything making money? And I wanted to ask you too, did you decide to try a prop account yet, or are you still sort of looking and trying to see which one and how to navigate it the best?
Order filled.
Yeah, I thought about adding this to the software. You can see it right there. So it just had that. This is basically an entry signal to go short, and I'm thinking about asking Sergio to program it to close that trade. The minute we get the trigger going in the other direction, which would have been right there. So in that case, it looked like we would have locked in somewhere around $300. But again, I've watched so many of these that I see that signal pop in several times, and maybe we still make it to our profit. So it's hard to say which is the best. Yeah, another thing you can do, and Susan, not sure if you're super familiar with our software yet or not, but you have the ability to go ahead and I call it snatch or grab your targets and stops and move them around. On our live accounts, we move them. On our simulations, we never move them. So just kind of know that if you see us sort of moving stops or targets around, it's probably a live or prop account that we're trying to sneak away with a little extra money. But if we look at it in a macro view again, we recognize that we probably don't make more money doing that, but it seems like we do, so we keep doing it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good, Ken. It's a journey. I always tell people trading is a journey. It's not a race, because you get ground up in the race. If you can keep it as a journey. And like I said earlier, I'm an active trader, so I like to, trade the NQ, but I'll say more of an inactive trader would love like the GCs or the YMs that, just pretty much aren't a good consistent, slow increase or incline. And those would be the instruments to focus in on, I would think. And what I was mentioning too earlier is you always look at your own machine's data, and I mentioned it a couple times already, but each machine takes the trades maybe at a little different position. In this case, we just saw it's identical, but maybe my machines here were identical, but maybe yours was 1 or 2 ticks different on that particular trade, and we would get different results potentially. So you always look at your own data, I think, to sort of make that decision. And NinjaTrader is really great for data analysis. I mean, man, you talk about really good data and data storage and and data capability, you can export it to Excel and really ramp up your data, and really do some clever things like CPK and all those really fancy things, standard deviations and all kinds of stuff in Excel. So Pareto charts, whatever you want to do to try to zero in on the right one. We're working the retirement plan here. That's what I've got going on the right here on this account, and then the retirement plan here in Sim. Just they both took the trade at the same time, and just kind of showing that, and hoping we can get a little more price increase here. Get through that pivot. That pivot held, didn't it? We saw it coming. Hey, out there, you guys. If Isaac, how's it going? Finleyville, Isaac. Good morning. Out there, you guys, help me with what is the high for the NQ, the all-time high. I don't know the number. Wondering if you guys do. If you guys do, please drop that in the chat for me. I need to start telling everybody what the all-time high is, and I would like to know it when we sort of get close to it. Okay, cool, Ian. Yeah, it's funny. I was watching Rory too, and Rory and me, we sort of trade back and forth on YouTube Live. It depends on sort of our day, and meetings and schedules and timing and stuff. So he's really busy today, so I jumped in the ring here. And I love watching his too, because I get to basically be a backseat driver. Because my charts are ahead of his, and I already know if he does a good job when he moves his stops or targets or whatever. And that was really fun for me to sort of heckle him as he was trading, because I was like a minute or two ahead of him. So I know you guys are a minute or two ahead of me and probably know already what's going to happen with these trades, which is kind of fun. You get to tell me how bad I am. Ian, what are you trading this morning? I see an Apex account. Are you running a specific strategy, or what are you? How are you trading that particular account? Oh, wow. What is this? I'll look at something real quick. All right, we got another good mover here. Three. This is the leaderboard so far this morning on my PC. Looking at the retirement plan leading the way out of the gate this morning. Okay, good. Using his own chart to do some trading this morning. Welcome aboard, Ian. This is the AI AutoTrader company's right line trading, and we have this system here that we've developed and sell it, and these are the automated strategies out of the gate this morning, the ones that are leading the way right here. So we've got a mixture, and then I got one account here that we're just checking out. It's doing okay. We'll hope that hope we can get this thing moving up north here. Yeah, I wanted to thank all the new clients over the weekend. Appreciate you joining us here, and look forward to the journey together. Try to help each other make money and have fun. That's my motto. It always has been my whole life. Let's make money and have some fun, in that order. So it's discipline and work first, and then celebrate and make money, have some fun. So here we go. Now we're moving in our direction here a little bit. It's like a stubborn pivot already this morning. Try to break through here. Okay, looks like we've got a high right here. Ian, thank you very much for posting that. Appreciate that. Out there, everybody else, if that's a number you guys could gravitate towards too, and we can adopt, let's do it. He's got 18,684. Wow, I had no idea it got that high. I was trading in 18.5 range. I didn't know that it made it that high. Ian, was that recent? Oh yeah, on 3.8. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks again for sharing that. I was really curious, and I had no clue that it got that high. I was gonna guess 18.5 somewhere in that range. On these ones, I only go out 5 days. I only, bring in 5 days of data. So, but you can go out, 30, whatever. It's just a number you put in, but I just don't have it in there right now. Ian, do you discretionary trade, or you got an auto trader that you're using, or what's sort of the platform you're working there? A lot of buyers sitting here. This is a nice trade so far. Kind of coming back on us, testing our patience here. Let's see if we can break through this pivot. Let's go to town. Get some big money this morning. Let's go.
Order submitted.
Oh, come on, baby. There we go. Oh, we're going to eat good today. Oh. So close. So, just to be a little bit greedy and kind of, I call it walk the trade now. So, we're in a decent amount of money, $600. I don't want to be like super greedy and unrealistic. So let's go ahead and stretch this trade out if we can, and move this thing to a significant trade if we can, if it keeps going in our direction. If not, we stop out and we take a really nice big chunk of money. So we're gonna let this thing try to keep moving, and just kind of keep behind it a little bit. And if we can nurture it into a bigger trade, that's great. So this one goes out at 900. So we would have went out. So let's go ahead and pretend we went out. We'll keep moving this up just a little bit, and I like to walk them, however high I can get them before they come back and take me out. I've had some beauties, you guys. I've had some $2,000 plus moves where I call it walking the trade, like this, and just let it keep moving in our direction and just see what happens. Okay, predictive time-based system. Neat. So we'll probably we go see the retirement plan. It checked out. It made it made its target, and probably went out in its trade. Let's go get the retirement plan. Check it out. Yeah, so it went out, and it was already up. I can't remember. So it was 900, 500. So about 600 and so or so dollars. It was up 600 or so before it made that full winner there. So it tapped out at 1873.25. You can barely see that up there, but that's where it went out. And again, we could have done the same thing, but I like to just try to juice the trade and get it for whatever we can. Yeah, sometimes I make a lot more money, and sometimes I end up losing a little bit off the trade. So here, if I get stopped out, I won't make my 900. I think I'll probably be in the maybe the 750 range. So I am giving away 150 to try to go for like a $1,200 trade here. But you never know. You never know. So I just like to try and see if I can get one to run on me. And so now if I would have used my trade copier, we're talking about, you can set it up on 10 accounts. You're talking about $9,000, on one trade right here. 10,000 now, 10,000. Boom. That's a huge trade. We're going to work this one. This one looks like it wants to go higher for us here. All right, we're into the grand.
Order filled.
All right, Rory P, let's go. Might get stopped out, but who knows? We're going to try to get a little more out of it, and we'll see here. It looks like we might go out on it, but we'll take our 800, maybe 750.
Order submitted.
All right. Isaac's holding the runner too. From 96. Let me get my head straight here. From 96. 96. Oh my goodness. Really? From down there? Oh my goodness. Tell me how much that is, Finley. You got to be well over $1,000. NQ trade. Wow. That's a significant run. Caught that thing 30 ticks before we did.
Order filled.
All right, good trade. Good trade right there. Had to be patient on that one, didn't we? We had this pullback on us right here that about tipped us sideways here, but we hung in there. We hung in there for a good 15, 24, about 10 minutes of up and down right there till we moved her in our direction. Good trade, guys. Woo! 1,400. Holy moly. Isaac's working the machine today. Way to go. All right, so lead dog is the retirement plan this morning, and that's what we were working here with that prop account. Followed by those other 2 minutes. Again, very same entry. So those are up well too. Then we got that CL, that oil. Wow, that's a nice one. It made it to 740. I think I even disabled it this morning to get everything all set up right, but mine's looking at 740. Ken, if you're still out there, if you don't mind, tell us kind of which one you're leaning towards so far. You know, I know you're trying to find the most consistent one. Which one are you, or not one, but which couple are you sort of thinking about are the most consistent in your mind? These YMs, I tell you. Again, these were pretty new. These are now about 3 or 4 weeks old, 3 weeks probably. But they have done nothing but made money. Again, it was #1 strategy this week, and it was the B was #1 last week, and then A was the #1 the week before, and the A is still doing really well over the last 3 weeks since we released the software. On most every machine I have, it's around 3,000 or 4,000 over the last 3 weeks. And that one you really get about the same entries. I don't see really a lot of big variation in the YM. It must move pretty slow to where we all get about the same entries. Ouch, Kim, good morning. CL's a big loser. Huh.
Order submitted.
I've got one, the bot looks like it's doing good. Now, you know, it's adjusting its stops and targets, so it's probably a lot different setup than the drone, which looks like it got dusted too.
Order filled. Order filled.
Nice slug of volume there. Looks like we went ahead and entered another retirement plan trade. And this one's trying to go short. Not a fan of a short trade today. I think I'm gonna get impatient here and try not to go short. I didn't really want to go short. I didn't think today was a good short day, so I'm just gonna try to get out of this trade right here. Hope I can survive. And look at all the resistance we had back here. You know, that's significant. Okay, Kim's got the NQ2 minute. It looks like it's the leader here too, the drone and the bot and the retirement plan. So it's like they're all three bunched together. It looks like my retirement plan, for whatever reason, is the lead dog, and then the other two following it. $350, that's where we were hanging back before, right around 340. I'm going to just try to sneak the stop behind it and just try to sort of squeeze the trade to get out of here if I can. You know, with the 50 having such an increase, I just think that longer trades are a better trade right now. And I could have clicked just to only take long trades, but I didn't. I kind of wanted to get all the entries that the retirement plan did so that I could show that they're similar, or if not identical.
Order filled. Order filled.
Looks like we both lost that trade. I lost a little bit less because I kind of squeezed it a little bit, but It's still hanging at $1,300 there.
Order filled. Order filled.
I will let it take a short trade if it's going to move hard and move off from the off from where it takes the trigger at, and that's why I didn't really disable it, because I've been able to slide the stop behind them quite a few times to just take the risk off the table. I think if our timer times out and we can enter another trade, it looks like we've got the cross, so we should take another trigger here. And the cross pops in when the when this yellow line gets out of this red here. So that's we got this pivot in our way here. That's the reason it wouldn't take that trade right there. I've got it set up so that it won't take trades right into pivots. I mean, we think that, yeah, that's smart strategy. So we've got a pivot at 46 ticks. And the other thing that can prevent it from taking a trade is I have a timer that says that it should wait at least 60 seconds between trades. So it kind of keeps you away from oscillating or triggering too quick. So that could have been the reason too. I think the separation between the pivot, I believe, is 60 ticks in the programming, and it looks like right now we were 46. So we did get the cross, but we didn't take our entry. More than likely because of this pivot. Hey, Gilbert, good morning. Yeah, I don't really have a trial yet. I've thought about that. So it's unfortunately $500 a month, because this thing can turn some cash quick. So the value that you get is really, really quick. So I don't have a trial. We do have to set it up on your machine. It is software. So at this point, I don't have a trial, but I do own the company, and we have professional traders who trade on the futures markets and the options markets. And we do have free trials for those rooms if you wanted to jump in and check out those guys trading and see if you could learn anything from those guys or share anything with them that would be helpful. So we do have a couple of things, and we do have services, so options services, where we'll send you the trades setups, and you can take those, and I've got those on free 2-week trial as well. So if you're not familiar with our company, it's Right Line Trading, and you can just jump on the web there, rightlinetrading.com, and it's kind of complicated because it's the word right, R-I-G-H-T, and then L-I-N-E, then trading.com. Give us a look and maybe try out one of our services. I'll tell you, the one that we follow. So I again have the business, and you'll have a team here, and we have the options room, and take those trades along with David.
Order filled.
He's he's the wise one. And in the month of January, hit 20 in a row, 20 options trades in a row. He lives in a 90% plus win rate. So, and we have a Discord channel for him, and he puts his trades in there, and he has a team. He has a team as well that help out. So, Savvy Trader and Dr. No put a ton of information in that Discord channel. Let me just bring it up real quick. So these are our Discord channels, and David's channel is here, and inside of here he has the trades. So all the trades that he sends out, he usually sends about probably 3 or 4 a day. Sends them out specifically to what to buy, what the price is, what to close, when to close it. And we send those in text messages also. So we have that that service available, so you can get 2 weeks of his picks for free. Or the other option services as well. So let's see what other kind of action's going on. So we got a couple of trades here. Here's one that's not too bad. Got a GC. Where'd it go? Here we go. GC 15 range. So we can so this is Gilbert, this is the AI AutoTrader, this software right here. And again, we have, you know, a few different pieces of software. This is our fully automated futures trading software, and if you were interested, you would get it with all the strategies that we have here developed. And right now there's 33 of them that we have out, and then, you know, kind of show them here on live, and, you know, try to you know, team up and, you know, put them on live accounts here, and, you know, see if we can make some money and have some fun together. That's the goal of the live session, you know, with transparency. Because you know, before I bought this company, I tried other softwares and didn't have luck, and always wondered if I was getting the same thing they were selling, other people. But here I want to be as transparent and have as much integrity as possible. So we show it live. We'll show you our results, show you the entries we're getting on sim and live accounts. So, you know, try to just you'll be as transparent as possible here. So Gilbert, what do you trade? Have you been trading for a while, or are you trading today? What time is it? 11.
Order submitted.
Looks like the YM is in a trade here. This one's
Order filled.
again, the YM really just developed this strategy
Order
3 weeks
filled.
ago or so, but it's made some good money over the last 3 weeks. This thing's up $3,400 or $500 over the last 3 weeks. Sort of behind the scenes here, slow mover, but seems to catch some pretty good signals. So it looks like we entered this trade right here on this entry at this little blue diamond, and we ran it all the way almost up to the winner. But she's coming back on us now. We'll see how the trade progresses, and maybe go back up north and hit our trigger here, our profit target.
Order submitted.
GC, gold nugget. Let's get this one set up. So again, this is the NinjaTrader platform, really flexible software. You can just kind of go in here, and I've got some screenshots that I saved that you can just bring in. So I think it's kind of a cool thing instead of the standard backgrounds. Just kind of change them up a little bit, and then I'll go get the gold nugget. This one, GC. Sure if it was signal B. Okay, so this one's in a trade right here. Again, the GC goes pretty slow too.
Order filled.
Looks like we took this short entry back here, made a nice progression down, and then starting to float back some. again, one way we've cracked the code that gives us the edge in the futures market here, why we're able to see these kind of profits, is really have them set up with the risk to reward heavily weighted in our favor. On this trade right here, it's a 6-to-1. So 15 ticks risk for 90 tick target. And that risk to reward has really proved to be a game changer for us with results. Last week, Dan put in the Discord. Let me bring it over. So we have a live Discord too, and for the AutoTrader as well. So the AutoTrader Discord is here. And then we've got these other, these channels here. And Isaac, I saw what you did for us. So we've got I guess he's like a viewer client, Isaac. He's Finleyville here, but he's helping us out. He liked the software, and he says, "Hey, can I help you guys?" And I want, the software. I said, "Sure, man. No, I'd love that." So anyway, he's got an idea to upgrade the Discord here, and that was really nice. I saw that. So yeah, thanks, Isaac, for doing that. But anyway, Dan dropped in here, but this one that we're running right here, he pulled in 4,000 last week on his, and he's just wondering how come mine was, we reported 1384. On the NQ, when they fly, and anybody who trades these things know that they go crazy at 8:30, 9:30, and 10, right on the dot. Prices can swing quickly, and we get filled at different prices, so you'll see different results, and especially on the NQ. That one is the notorious for slippage. The other instruments we line up pretty good, like an ES, for example, on a 30-minute, almost identical. Never really see differences. Okay, so the one account we put to work did good for us. It's getting a little slow now, although with this pivot here, can't really. We did break it, but what our rules are for the software is the candle has to have halfway past the pivot before we'll disallow that pivot and not pay attention to it. So unfortunately, we're still bound, I think, here behind this pivot. It looks like we might get another entry coming up here. This yellow line is now down. This is our indicator here that we use for triggering. We've modified a Laguerre indicator to trigger when this little yellow line, I think it's called the RSI line, comes out of this red zone right here at the bottom, and we then take the trigger, and it's really a momentum swing trigger. So anytime momentum swings, we go ahead and take that entry. These filled buys and sells are how many trades they've taken today so far. So looks like, for example, the Dow Diamond took 7 trades. It's in a position right now, so it's in a trade, and it's doing really well today. This is it's been a good one here. Let's go ahead and check it out. So it's this trade too. The Dow Diamond here.
Order submitted.
YM. Okay, so she just jumped in. Let's try to take a look at its targets. So it looks like it had today had an entry here. It missed that short. Missed another one. It looks like it got this entry here, and it took this one down. It got its first target, so it made a I made a winner here. We only trade one contract. These are all one contract strategies. So it made its target here. It jumped in on the long, right on the same candle. Made the long target, so it made a back-to-back full targets. I love to see that because that's the playbook right there. If you can make this happen, you know, catch the short right at the top of the move, get it at the very bottom of it, and then enter again. That feels like you're cheating. You take it both ways, going down and going up. So we got the target there. Oops, sorry.
Order submitted.
Click the button there. Then it took another a short entry here, brought it down to the very bottom again, made that winner, and now we're back up. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Come on. Okay, got it back in range here. So looks like we've took a long. We got stopped out. So something interesting about the stop outs here. They're not as bad as they look. This was still a $50 win. When price rises to a certain level, we go to break even. We call it break even plus. And these are all programmable too, but we have them all programmed already for you. But if you like to mess around with strategies and try to, change them up, it's super flexible to just go behind the scenes. We keep it all open for you so you can, change it to whatever you want. But we have them pre-programmed right now. So this one, I think we go up, and once we're making $200, we pop our stop up from, I think it's a negative $100 to a positive $50, I believe. And then I think this target is a $400 target. So if this one would jump up to the $200 range, this stop will go ahead and move up and protect our cash for us. Okay, we jumped in here when we were over there checking that other strategy out. Let's do another comparison. So these are let me get them on the 2 minute, so I'm not showing the right chart. These are a 2 minute, and we're using the retirement plan. To trade in our prop account today. Oops. So we'll just kind of take a look at another entry. So this is a little bit hard to see. I'm going to go ahead and change this background so it's easier to see. Change the background, you just go through here. I've got this one. Apply this guy. A little easier to see the price that it entered at, but this one entered at 18,353.25. My prop account entered at the exact same place, 18,353.25. So the sim account and the prop account entered at the same price. Again, everything's really flexible. It's all Windows based, so I can go in here and just change these colors of these candles. Again, I had more of a light background, so I want to have the candles. I want to have the wick now white and the outline white. So I'm just changing those right here. So now I get to see the full wicks and candles. wasn't a real fan of a short trade today, and I mentioned it earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and you know, try to just get a little bit of money on this trade if I can, or break even. Looks like we are getting some drift, which surprises me. We'll go ahead and seal this one off at a break even. If it does move down, we'll go ahead and try to take a little bit off the table.
Order filled.
Okay. Again, don't really never ever move the sim stops or targets, so this will just play out, and hopefully it'll close the trade before my other one enters the trade. So just know this now could get off, as far as if this one stays in this trade and I took this one out of the trade, this one's still going to enter another trade over here. My prop account will enter another trade. So I could get out of sequence here, which I really wouldn't like, but okay, we'll kind of let that trade play out over here on this other one, and I'll see if I can get this one back up.
Order filled. Order filled.
So we got a couple of good trades here. The YM seems like it's moving in the right direction, and the CL. I'm sorry, this GC right here. A couple of real good ones there. Dow Diamond up 700 so far today. CL up 700, and then the retirement plan up 1,000. Top 3 strategies so far this morning. Most of these stay awake till around, some go to bed at 11, 12 o'clock, and then 1, I think, is the latest strategies we have up and working. They're all programmable, so they're all, you know, waking up and going to bed at different times, kind of. Kim, if you're out there, what's your retirement plan showing so far this morning? I know that you said that it was third place earlier. Looks like my 2-minute bot is still hanging around, and 2-minute drone, yep, 621. Yeah, fully automated system, so I really don't have to do anything. Just kind of mess around and put them on different accounts and um, go make coffee and have breakfast. And I live down here in Miami Beach, so it's usually beautiful out, and go check out the beach and all these awesome restaurants around here. Let's see here. Get some good one on this one. Let's do CL. So what I'm doing is I'm just want to bring up the CL because I saw it doing good over here. And the way I do that is I grab that strategy. So I grab that account, actually not strategy, the account that's doing well. So I bring that to this little box here by that little pull down. I went and grabbed it. And now I just want to get the chart set up so it's going to show the right instrument. So it's a CL, and this one's running on a 15 range. And kind of have the names set up so that you know they're almost intuitive in a little way. But it shows the instrument first, the data series second, and then what our trigger is. So that's sort of the naming system we have there.
Order submitted.
Okay, something just jumped in on us. Great, let's look at this CL and see where these trades went. Oh boy, I had some nice ones. Caught this one right down here for long. Got its first target, got the target right up there. It then went the other way, got a short, and then it closed. Right there. Why would it close? Oh, I closed it. I closed that one manually to put it on my my Apex account. That's what happened. Okay, so it took a couple of winners, both of its trades this morning. I didn't get home in time this morning to get going at 5 in the morning, but I think I got mine rolling around 8:30. So I didn't really take a trade till around 8:30 this morning. I do keep them enabled all week though, so now I should be good. But over the weekend I always shut them down and reset the data. I restart my computer because you guys know the updates that you get through Microsoft or whatever. So every weekend I shut it down, but what I try not to do now is hit these enable check marks. So this number of realized value will hold all week long. Well, it'll hold forever as long as you know your system's up and running and you're in good shape, and you don't uncheck this. It will just keep tallying up your wins and losses over here. So this is a really good place to look, day 2 or day 3 of the week for me.
Order submitted.
I can kind of look here and see which ones are doing well for a little bit longer extended horizon. So as long as they're in the top 2 or 3, maybe for the day and then the week, yeah, that's a definite strategy to think about, putting to work on an account here. Looks like we jumped in a trade here, I think. Got a short going. I guess because it's an apex, it can't see it as unrealized. Let's see. No? Where is that one? 73. Okay, it's holding the last trade because it's an apex account. That's why it looks like it's in a trade, but it's not. Got this drone in a trade right here. This is the very similar to the retirement plan, very similar entries. It's an NQ 2-minute drone.
Order filled.
Okay, the drone looks like she's sitting at 610. It tried to take a short again and got squeezed. Actually broke even. Actually made $50 on that trade. It went to positive break even on that trade. So it still did make money on that short trade, even though it doesn't seem like a good environment to trade short, but it still went ahead and jumped in right there. And then it held it, broke even to a plus $50. So just kind of a little bit of a, sort of around the horn here, what this is and how to look at it. This is really the NinjaTrader 8 platform. We, modify the settings for the auto strategies and those kind of things. But down here, you'll see the price up here, the profit of the day is right here, but then it's also right here. I just want to let you know why the numbers are different. Up here, it doesn't show commissions for the trades. It's like they're free. We know that's not the case. To trade they call it an E-mini, one of these contracts right here that's on the NQ, it costs us $4.12 to make that trade, to buy it and to sell it. Or if you're selling and then buying, it's the same thing. So it's $4.12. I've heard it called round trip before. It's for what we call one trade. So over here, it shows the commissions out of it. So this is what you would have in your bank account down here. So up here is just a little misleading because each trade you lose the $4.12. We use lifetime commissions. There's different commission structures that you can use, but that's the one that we use is lifetime, and you pay for that early on in your data feed. So it looks like the retirement plan is still the lead dog this morning, followed by, look at an RTY. Okay, these ones have not been doing well, so I won't trade this one on my live account for a little while. I've got some work to do to optimize this one. I looked at it on I was trying to figure it out. I've checked it out on a 10 range or even a 30 range. I can't quite, there's not a lot of movement on the RTY, and that's what these things love. These robots love big swings. They can catch them early and they can stay in them. The RTY doesn't have a lot of volatility, so it's hard to make money on the RTY for us. There's been some good runs on it, but not very long. and maybe a little bit before you joined us, I went ahead and I saw that the retirement plan was doing well and just wanted to jump on its back, and I put one on an Apex account, and we hit one good trade, and I think I've got maybe a couple of losers there. I was squeezing the stop a little bit too, kind of trying to go to break even I want to get in another long trade with it. But that pivot is up there and it's holding it back, so it's going to be a tough entry, although there's now quite a bit of room now. Price has drifted quite a bit. There is enough room now. If we do get a surge in price, we will go ahead and take an entry here. Boy, this was a little bit of a nail biter though, wasn't it? It entered this trade right here. Price came back to there, and you're like, okay, I'm good. And then it came way back to there, and we still stayed in the trade. This one has a 50 tick stop loss. So it's a $250 loser or a $1,000 winner. Or, in this case, we made a $50 winner because we went to break even plus 11. But boy, this thing might run down that 200 ticks for that $1,000 winner on us here. So it's a 200 tick to get to the winner. So it's 144. So it's still got to move a little bit to, which would have made a full winner here. I called the direction right though. I was not thinking short at all today. So it called this one pretty good though. Whew. This is sort of the sleeper strategy over here, this Dow Diamond and really the YMs, the drones too. Man, they make money. I don't know. I never traded these before. I set these up about 4 weeks ago now, and it's been quietly making money every week. Yeah, Holy Earth. No, I don't. I haven't even thought about that. Like making one robot available. Or trials. I just haven't thought about it with software. That's not usually a thing that you would do. Give Rory a call though, and just see what see what kind of live YouTube live stream deals we have. Yeah, the way I look at these things, I'm asking $500 a month, which is a drop in the bucket for what you can make. And I've been manufacturing and stuff for a long time, and I know what value is. And if I could give somebody something that can make $500 in 15 minutes, it's valuable. And that's the way I look at it. So I haven't really thought about trials or giving it away. We have a lot of clients. In fact, got several here in the Discord right now that have paid lifetime memberships, $4,000. So it's not a gimmick. It's the real deal. This thing's it can be a money machine. It can go the other way too. Trading is trading. It's not winning. It's trading, and it can be brutal. But kind of keeping up with these strategies and just throwing it on the best one. I mean, like I did this morning, chances are pretty good that you're okay. So who knows? Let me put our number in there. Okay, nice. David, I was telling you guys about David Wise. Had a nice trade. I don't know what ADM is, but he sold it for 80-cent profit, which was a nice trade, he said. Ooh.
Order filled.
Awesome.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, holy earth. Back testing, I don't trust back testing. I've tried it and tried it and tried it like a million ways, and I just don't trust it. I trade live and look at my data because I know that's accurate. So we have data that we can look at, but I don't trust backtest data because I've traded live before and looked at it, and it doesn't equal. So I don't subscribe to anybody using it, just unless you can prove to me that it's accurate. I think it's phony to me, but that's just me. And we've done a lot to try to get it to be accurate and still stumble, and we've given up on it. I just told Sergio it's not worth it. Let's forward test it, and that's what we stand by. Back testing works. You can run all of our strategies through backtest, but the results aren't the same. I mean, it'll tell you that this thing can make 30,000, in a month, and we know it can make maybe, like Dan had the one strategy make 4,000 last week, of course, but it can lose 4,000 too. So I just don't trust it myself. To me, there's nothing closer than the market. What is it doing right now? And this is, we give you so many strategies that we have them on, I think it's 7 different instruments. It could be 6. So it's the NQ, the ES, the GC, the RTY, the YM, and the CL. So yeah, it is 7 instruments. And we give you all the strategy template setups here. So it looks like we did enter a trade here with the with this new strategy that was developed, this ES 30 range, ES 30 range.
Order filled.
Yeah, they work with, I've heard Ranko earlier. I thought it was called Uniranko, but I could be totally wrong on that. But yeah, we used to trade them on Uniranko charts. In fact, I had my best day ever. It was with news coming out. The FMOC news came out, and I was running the MNQ, and I think I had 5 contracts per trade. And man, that auto trader rolled off $3,200 in about an hour trading the MNQ. And that was on Uniranko chart or Uniranko bars. I think they're on our bars that we developed internally. Again, I bought the company a year and a half ago, so they were developed before I bought it. But I think we call them Uniranko bars, and we've developed them in a unique way where the wick shows up in the candle.
Order filled.
So that's kind of what I know about Uniranko. We do have setups for those bars though. I like price action, so that's why I stick with like the minutes and ranges. So good, had a really good start to the week here with the auto trader coming out of the gate swinging again, and really appreciate you guys joining the live stream here. We just started a couple of weeks ago doing live stream, and really wanted to do it for transparency and integrity. Those are I was in the military, and yeah, it's kind of like a key value that I have for the business is that we don't we don't embellish. It doesn't do us any good, and if you're not happy as a client, we give you your money back, no questions asked. I've given several clients their money back, even if it is a $4,000 bill. If you're not happy, I don't want you as a client. That's like I want you to be happy. So that's kind of our goal and motto here at the company, and So yeah, we've been doing live for I think it's 3 weeks now. So really appreciate you guys joining us today, and kind of just give you the highlights so far around the horn here. Looks like the retirement plan is the lead dog this morning, and I think it's only entered a few trades. Kind of go through the trades here a little bit. I think it only entered a few trades today. It looks like it started, again, I had a little bit of a late start this morning, so it looks like it jumped in its first trade here on my screen at 9:20. It looks like it was a stop out there on that one. Then it jumped in on its next trade with a short entry, and it made the full first target. It then took another long. It made another full first target. Then it looks like it had a stop out there, stop out here. It looks like then we're current. So it looks like it was about 2 winners and maybe 3 or 4 losers today. And again, with the risk to reward heavily favored in our direction, we've pulled off $1,100 so far in this account. So I recognized it a little bit earlier this morning and said, hey, that might be a good one to throw on an Apex account, and chasing the lead dog here, but we've scraped out 525 in this account that we have running on the retirement plan. We took one of those winners that it got. Kind of other highlights. This YM is just a really sneaky, slow, methodical winner. Again, looks like it's number 2 and 3 today. So the Dow Diamond and my Signal A bot looks like they're number 2 and 3, and then it looks like we got a CL bot that's doing well, and another YM. So again, these YMs are consistently rising to the top, and definitely starting to be strategies to look at for me to throw on another account. Okay, good. We just entered a trade with the retirement plan. Let's just go ahead before we close out and just try to do one more, sort of proof of entry that you can trust our sim account values that we show. So what I do is I just have a prop account here, and I trade my live account too. I got NinjaTrader brokerage that takes the same trades, and what I do is I just want to show this is the sim account, and just want to show what entry it had. So here's the price that it entered at, and if we don't lose this one, I'll be able to get the other one set up before then. So duplicate in a new window, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring open my prop account over here and just see what our entries are. So on this particular trade, they're exact again, so that's 3 in a row. My prop account right here, we entered at 18,324.25, and the sim account entered at 18,324.25. So, exact same entries, but I do want to let you know that we do see some that are different. Once in a while you see 1 or 2 ticks of difference. So, and I haven't been able to pin it down whether the prop accounts get a better price or the sim accounts. So it just seems to be a variable. But that's just kind of the lay of the land, the way it works. But that's a little bit of the highlights of how that works, and those trades look like they entered at the exact same place again. So I think that was either 2 or 3 in a row that I've showed today on this prop account. So we'll hope we can stay in this trade right there. That thing pushed us right to the edge there for a second.
Order submitted.
Holy moly. Okay, we came strong though again. We came back with another cross, so momentum's pushing. Momentum's pushing here. This cross jumped onto the chart, and it's trying to drive us home here, but woo-wee, look at that one. Ouch. That was a close one. Surprised they didn't go get us. Here they might though. But we'll kind of do a little quick wrap up here and move on with the rest of the day and these meetings we have. So kind of looking at the top strategies down right there, they are. Really appreciate everybody joining us. If you haven't yet, let me show you our website.
Order. Order filled.
We missed that one.
Order filled.
So here's our website. You kind of check it out a little bit, but the software that we're showing today is this AI AutoTrader here. We also sell, David Wise uses the stocks and options trading software called the Super Spy System. And then David Kushner trades, and Craig Emery both trade the Money Flow Tracker live. They're both professional traders. So David's a professional trader over here. There's another David over here, and Craig. And we also sell this Compass trading system, so it's stocks and options software. But you guys that were wondering about free trials, we have some of these services here where we offer a 2-week free trial, so you can get some free stock picks over the next couple of weeks if you'd like, or if you want to jump in and see how these guys trade and see if you would benefit from working with them on a regular basis. You're welcome to jump into any of these here, and you should be able to come in here and find the 2-week trial. So just get yourself signed up and take it for a test drive. Looks like we went ahead and jumped back in. This one's it's sensing this long trade coming out here, so we'll see how it goes, and hope we can clear another full target winner here, which would be a monster day for us. Looks like that account's sitting at 260, I guess, right now, so 280. We'll try to move that thing to payday again. And everybody, really appreciate you joining this morning. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to give us a call at the office. I'll go ahead and put the number in here in the chat, and you give us a call. Rory there should be able to grab your call. If not during lunch, maybe just a little bit after. So one quick question here. Thanks Ken, appreciate you joining. And then Walter, how do you know which strategies to trigger when you hear the order filled? Oh yeah, I really don't know, Walter, which ones trigger. That's kind of a good question. The best way I can probably explain it when I hear order filled is that's what his question was, and this is really flexible software, so you can really set it up to make those noises on anything you want, any triggers or whatever. So when I'm not doing live stream, I set up the crosses to make a noise, and so kind of like a dog in a treat, I hear the noise going off in my house, and I then go over to the computer and I kind of see which one jumped in. But you can't really tell. The best way I guess you could probably tell is here where you look at which ones are in positions. These are all orders that are open. But another way I guess to tell would be, you could look here and see which ones are in positions as well. But again, you probably saw my charts. I had 5 or 6 charts up. And again, I'm doing a lot of stuff to demonstrate and show. But if this was just my trading system, I would probably only have 1 or 2 charts up, and they would probably be really big. And I probably wouldn't even trade any of the other instruments. I love the NQ. The action it has is my speed. But I know that it's not everybody's. A lot of people like gold and CL and other instruments, but those are kind of my favorites. So yeah, I really don't know which one until I see it jump on the chart. If I've got the chart up, it obviously will jump in with the stops and targets. So Walter, again, thanks for joining us today, and maybe Rory Powers will be in the driver's seat tomorrow. All right, everybody, thanks a lot again, and Susan, hope you get set up and join us and show us how much money you're making.